Welcome everyone to this beginner-friendly tutorial on HTML CSS. It is beginner-friendly. This is a portfolio website I built just to make a video and teach people about HTML and CSS. It's actually very simple. You're going to get this. We should wrap this up in less than 24 hours. No, I'm just messing with you. It's not even going to take, let's say, for the sake of teaching and explanation, it's not going to take long at all. So you could follow me while I code along. And if you like contents like this, you should subscribe, like, comment. If you have questions, just comment, and I'll try as much as I can to respond to you. And if you also need assistance or you're stuck somewhere, just reach out. Reach out. I wear mask, but I'm no monster. I just like wearing the mask. And this is it. It's mobile responsive also. We're using just only HTML CSS. So if you've learned only HTML CSS, don't worry, I got you. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do is to create a folder. Let's create a new folder and call it portfolio. Portfolio. Yes, so we'll right click and open with code. Open with code. So it's over here. So let's bring it into the screen. And you know, on every website, there's an entry point which is called the index.html. So let's create the index.html. Then give it an enter. Why is it loading? Running file, create specified. Yeah. Was all this? Let me close this. Oh wow, thank goodness. So I'll zoom it in for you to see clearly, and we'll generate this. Hit the tab, and voila. Well, here, let's do this. Let's do a H1. Right, portfolio and block letter. I hope I spelled it correctly. Oh, this is just it. So let me right click and open with live server. I like to believe that you know what live server is. So when you do this, this is a portfolio we wrote. Remember, this is what we want to remember this is what we want to achieve. It's already online, and this is how we start. So let's get back to the code. Now we have portfolio here, and if you see, you have to create a folder for the style. Well, I do like creating folders for the styles. You get, so every style I have is going to be inside it. So inside the style I have the global.css. So a CSS is going to affect the whole application. So note something. When you open it, you see there's this extra space here between this place and the top of, yeah, there's the SS margin and all that. So we're going to do this. This is how we get rid of that unfriendly friend. Margin, we'll call it margin. You say 0, padding. You say 0 also. You do all this so that you'll be the one to decide the amount of margin and padding you want. So now, since it's like this, we're going to bring it in to our project. So let's say link, come to the one that has the CSS, and you will link our global CSS. Global, no, we're going to say slash styles slash, oh, it's giving us the global.css. Let's say slash global.css. So when you do that, see what happens. You see that space between this place is closed now, so we don't have that frame. But I don't like these fonts. We're going to get a new font from Google Fonts, fonts.google.com. Why is it taking so long? So come here. The fonts we're using is Poppins. Let's go to Poppins. Let's get font. It takes us here. Get embed code. Import. Now let's copy this. Make sure you don't copy the style tag. Just this from the at import. Copy. Come to your project. The global.css. bring this one down, come down, my friend, paste it here. And I feel too lazy, so I don't want to type all of this. So I'm just going to copy this because I want the whole project to use the same font. I want it to use popping. So I'm just going to generalize and say this. Yes, I need you to also do something. Go back to the code and I want you to copy, go back to the portfolio. You know, I said you should download the asset files. I downloaded mine already and it's inside when you open the portfolio, unzip it and drag the assets into your portfolio. I like to hit refresh whenever I'm using it so they'll be coordinated well. It doesn't really matter when you open the distance, you see the asset is there, which is the photos that we used for the project and all that, every picture we used and all that. So that's how it is. So let's go back to our styles. Let's go back to the project and see. So I'd like us to divide this into sections. The landing page, this is the hero section, is going to be a section. The about me is going to be a section, although there's so much space here. We'll just leave it like that. There's the learning process and there's the project. Then the contact me. The project is going to be a session. The contact me is going to be a session. The footer is going to be a session. Just for us, for simplicity's sake. So you would understand everything. So since I am creating the hero session, so let me create a CSS file for the hero session.css. So when I have that, there's no need doing that. I'm just going to import it here also. Let me bring this down, copy this, and say since it's styles / hero.css. So now let's go back to this place. We're starting afresh. We're starting. So we're going to call this, no, we don't have a header. Let me say hero section. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, congratulations to us to start the hero session. So I'm gonna call it section dot section container. See what happens. Container. Oh, I didn't even spell the container properly. So it's gonna be section container. So now let's go back into the way you create your HTML. You structure your HTML, it really matters a lot. So now we want to have this first, then have this in another div or whatsoever, or a header tag. Want to have this also, and want to have this inside the div, these two buttons inside the div. So we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, and so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to open the page again and go to the index and let's start. We need the logo, so let's put the logo inside a div so that div.logo, let's call it like that. So it's going to give us that, and we're going to call an image tag. So what do we need inside the assets? We need the logo.png, and let's call this the portfolio logo. This is one. We've gotten the logo 1. So we need the header, that code, this and that. We're going to say h1 dot hero name. Let me just call it that because it's code. Now make it block code vg line a. That's 2. Then we'll want to have a p tag that will say always active, bring your code to life. Always active, bring your code to life, right? So then we need a div that will have those two things. So let's call it dot call to action, right? So when we do that, we're going to have one hit tag that has nothing. What does it say? It says let's check again. It says contact me, then download CV. So let's do contact me. Then the next one is download CV. If you note something on the website, you see these icons that are here, the envelope and this download icons. I got them from we don't need this again. So let's open Bootstrap icons to get the Bootstrap icons. When you Google it, the first one that comes, Bootstrap icons, and you click on install. We're going to be using the CDN because it makes it easy. It's like importing your styles.css. So let's click this link. Let's click on the link. We'll copy the link and we're going to place it inside our code again. Let's place it here. You could decide to place it above the CSS or below. Doesn't really matter. As long as it's in the header tag, it's fine. So now we're going to do this. What do we need? We need, let's go back to Bootstrap. Let's go to the top and let's say what we need is message. Message. It's going to filter through and give us something. So if we remember clearly, we used an envelope, a closed envelope. Where's the closed envelope? Okay, this is one. Envelope field. Copy this and go here. To create contact me, to create an extra white space, I like to do an MBSP this. Yes, so it's gonna do this. Then let's go. Hold on a little bit. We're gonna get what we're getting. So let's get the icons again, and we need download. The download icon, and this is what we use. We use download, and we'll copy this and come over here and do this again. We're gonna do and MBSP this, then do the C. It's already suggesting it. Although I have Windsoft, is an AI tool that helps you complete your code. So now let's go back to our project and see. You see, it's coming to life. You see now we have the CSS. We have the whole thing here, the whole HTML. But note something in our project. We have a background here that doesn't move. You see that background there? It doesn't move. So let's do that. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let's go to global.css. Let's go to global.css. I like to create it inside the body tag. So I'm going to say body because it affects the whole body and it's just one page you're creating. So we'll say background image, right? So let's see. We're going to do URL this, and of course it's going to be into the inside the assets, and it is the bg.jpg. So let's see what's happening here now. This is our project. Oh, now so it's coming to life slowly. It's coming to life. So now let's make it beautiful, right? Let's make it beautiful. So we're going to say width 100%, height is going to be 100 VH. It's not moving. It's going to be like that. So background size, everything is there. I'm just going to hit this and I'm going to give it a padding. Just work with me and you'll see. I like using rems. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm addicted to it. So we have this now. Let's see. You see, it's there. It's almost like the finished project. You see, but you see, there's this dark background over it. So you see the padding over here, this space between this image and the wall. That's the 15, the padding 15. So let's go back. When you see something like this, the 0 is for up and down, 15 is for left and right. So now I'm going to do something again, and I'm going to say body. You need to always try this. This is going to be before, right? So the content, I'm sure most of you don't know something like this exists. You have to keep trying things and keep pressing. Then you do position, position fixed, position fixed, top 0, um, left. Of course, left is going to be 0. Sorry. So it's suggesting this to me, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do a Z index. As long as it's not relative, Z index of -1. Yes, let's go and see. Let's see what 0.6 looks like. Voila. But it's not as dark as this. We need it to be dark so that these things that are on it will be able to show properly. So let's make it a little bit dark. So when you see RGBA, this is RGB, the color, then the A is for the opacity. So let's make it 7. I think 7 will be nice. 7 will be nice. 7 will be nice. 7 is nice. It's not 7 will be nice. So let's go back to this. We've imported our hero.css. Oh, it's there already. What am I saying? So I'll open the hero.css. Now I need us to understand something. There's something called specificity. We have a class name called, we have class name. So the section container. So let's go to this place. Oh no, did I call it section container? It's supposed to be hero container. Sorry about that mess. So I'm going to say dot hero container. So I'll just throw in the color white there. I'm going to throw in the color white. So the whole font there will be white. The width, like doing this width, is going to be 100%. The height is going to be 100%. Now, we want to arrange it properly. Want to arrange it like this. So it's going to be on top. So let me do this. Let me see if I could do this side by side. So we could see what we're doing. And keep this. Let's do it. Go away from here. Let's do it side by side and see how well we could achieve this. Where are you, friend? Come here, friend. Let's do this. Let's try to do it side by side. You understand? So it makes it easier for us. We're going to understand ourselves better. Let me shrink this a little bit. Oh, doesn't shrink lower than that. So bring this. Now we're going to come here and say display. Flexbox is really a big thing. It's actually very big and it's complex. It's good. It's good. You have to, now is on the row. You have to understand Flexbox and grid very well for positioning so that you would know for arranging um your code, how it appears. I don't know the right word for it, but I'm going to say flex direction. So let me say flex direction. I'll say column. Now look at that. It has changed. So I'm going to say align items. I want it to be center. So everything is now centered. And I want to justify it. When I justify it center, it's going to bring it to the center of the width and height. The width is 100%, the height is 100%. So justifying it is bringing it to all of that. So all in the name of specificity, we have to be specific. So we're going to say hero container dot logo. So this is what we're targeting. Well, let's close this for now. We're targeting this logo here, which is this. So we're trying to make sure that it doesn't misbehave. So I'm going to give it a width of 20 rem, a height of 20 rem. You get. So I'm going to say overflow, just so the image that's inside doesn't overflow from the div that it's in. So hidden, and I want it to be in the center of 20 rem height, 20 rem width. So I'm going to say display flex, align item, align items, suggest to me, center, justify content, justify content is going to be center. Now, you see the image now is not showing properly. Some of the part has been cut off because I said overflow hidden. If I want to see the real shape of, so let me just say border 1 pixel solid white. You see its border. So without the overflow hidden, let's comment this out. You see it's going to overflow outside it, and we don't want that to be. So let's keep this like this and remove the border, because in the original one we don't have the border. So we have to target the image that's in it. Or what am I doing? This is, so we're going to say the hero container dot logo img, the image that's inside. So we're going to make sure the width is 100% of its parent div. The height is 100%. Now you see everything is shown clearly. Everything is shown clearly. And object fit. Let's say cover. Now you see it's inside. So we have to get what we're getting now. Sorry about that. What we need to get. See on the project. See this thing pops up and pops down, pop down, pop down, pop up, pop down. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to just make sure we get everything. So the H1 tag in it, so it's going to be dot the hero container H1. So the H1, I want to give it font size of 5 frame. Now it's going to grow wings. It's not arranged now because we're creating for the large screen color. Now look at that. Let's go back to the global.css. Let's go back to the global.css. You know, I told you to copy. There is something we're going to do, since all the sizes, all the colors on the project, all the colors in the project are the same. You see the same color, the same thing, everything is almost the same. I'm afraid I'm going to have to make this big because it's looking ugly and pathetic. See, everything is the same. So we have to create a root CSS data. So I like to put the root above all things. So I'll say the root. Oh, sorry, root. You understand me? So just go to the code I have and copy the root and all of this and paste it. Don't copy the code, just copy only this. Don't copy the whole code, just copy all of this and arrange it. So let me show you something. Now note something. This is primary. This is what primary color is. And now in this hero session, now, let's go back to this is ours here. The original product is called Code Vigilante, and this one is just called Document. So now you see, I want this to have that color of the original one. So let me go to the hero CSS. I want the color now. So I'm going to say VAR dash primary. Now note something. This dash primary, this is what it is. So anywhere you go in the whole, since it's in the global CSS, anywhere you go in the whole of the website and you put something like this, it's going to tell them, it's going to let the application know that you're trying to call this. So now let's go back and see what it looks like now. Now see. Now, which one again do we need to do? We need to make this white. Now, let's go back to our code base. Let's go back to our code base again, and it's a p tag. What is it? Is it always active? Is a p tag inside the hero container? It's the only p tag inside the hero container. So we're going to say dot hero container. This is the only p tag in there, so we're going to work with it. Font size, let's give it 1.5 rem. 16 pixels is equals to 1 rem. So 1.5 rem is going to be 16 plus 8, because 0.5 is going to be half of a rem. And if 16 is equals to 1, if 16 pixels is equals to 1 rem, that means 1.5 rem will be 24 pixels, just in case you're into pixels and not rem. So I'm going to say, give it a width of 100%. I need it to take the whole space if it can. No, I'm not supposed to do that. It's a font. I'm not supposed to do that. So I'll say color. Do I need to give it a color? No, I'm going to leave it. It's going to be white. So let's see. Let's see what it looks like here. See, it's coming, but we need to give it some spacing like this. So I'll come here and I'll say letter spacing. Letter spacing. Let me give you 1 pixel and see what it looks like. Well, but there's so much space between the code vigilante and this. So, and it's not like that though. So let me come over here and try to give it, I try to close the margin at the top. Margin top. Let me say -1 rem. I know some people will say, oh, -1, how's that possible? Now look at it. You see, if you notice something, you just close the gap here. So now let's get the buttons now. Let's get this. And what did we call them? We put inside a div called call to action. So let's go. We're going to say the hero container the call to action. You know, AI is a very beautiful thing. It's beautiful. So let me say margin top, because we had that. I'm going to say 1 rem just to balance it out. The width, because it's a div, give it this. So display flex, align items center, so they'll be centered. Justify contents, justify contents center, and gap between them. Let's give it 1 rem. Now before we go, we know that it's an A tag that's there. So let's just do dot hero container dot call to action, then the A tag. We have to specify all these things so that the code doesn't break at any point. So I'll say font size. The font size is going to be 0.8 rem, which is equals to 12 pixels. 0.8 rem is equals to 12 pixels if you're into pixels. Like I said, 1 rem is equals to 16 pixels. So all A tags always have that underscore sign under it. So let's look at it and say none. Let me comment this text decoration out and show you something. You see, there's this line under any A tag, and it's ugly, really. It was on old websites that you see something like that. Old, like really old websites. So let me comment this back on and bring you and take you back there. You see, the line is no longer there. So back to our code. We need to make it big. We need to make it beautiful. So now the color, which is the color of the fonts inside it, is black. So now I want the background. I want the background color. You remember we're going to do VAR, this primary. Yep. No borders. Let's say padding 0.5 rem, which is 8 pixels. 8 pixels up, 8 pixels down, and 3 rems left and right. 3 rem. Then I'm going to do, if this is too fast for you, just slow it down or replay it. Border radius. Border radius always makes it, gives it a curvy edge. Because sometimes when the edge is just sharp, it looks ugly. And there's something I know with radius. Most beginners like using border radius so much. So transition, you're going to see why we're using transition now. So we're going to say 400 milliseconds all is in out. Yep. Yes. So now we're going to repeat the same thing here because we want to add the hover, and we're going to make it dark primary, and we're going to copy this same transition. Alternate shift your arrow down key, you bring it down, alternate and down to move it. To duplicate is alternate shift arrow down, and to bring it down is alternate down. Now we're going to change, you know the color here was black, we're going to change it in here. Color is going to be white. Now see everything. Now let's open it. See, you see, it changes to white. You see how slow the transition is, the animation is. So let me show you what does that. That's the transition. Let me comment this and this out. Let me comment them out and show you. Now see, you see, no, it's just bam, just doing drum, dum, 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 like he's upset with us. But if you enable this, it's going to look mild and okay. Oh, you have a very nasty mind. Now, what this? Look at this and look at this. You see the difference is this thing that's popping here. This don't. Now let's do the animations. Let's do the animation. It's just keyframes. We need to learn keyframes. You need to learn keyframes. You get, so what's doing that is the image. I like to keep their animations close to them. You understand? So I'm going to call this keyframe. Oh no, it's not like that. It's at keyframe. Keyframes, let me call the effect heartbeat, because that's the same way I feel whenever I see the love of my life. Heartbeat. My heart keeps going. So at 0%, 0%, transform. The transform means transform. And when you say scale, make it big. No, not this. Scale. Scale. Make it big first. Make it this big at 14%. The reason why I'm doing this is I've actually built this before, so I know the right scale, not 1.3. I know the right numbers to use. So 14% at 20. You have to try. When you're used to using keyframes, you just know how it works and start using it. So at that point, it goes back to 28%, it goes back. At 42%, what happens? At 42%, I transform again. I transform to 1.1. Then at 70%, what do? I transform again. Man, there's so much transform. Now I made mistake over there. Scale 1. Now look at this. I'm supposed to say not 1.2. I'm supposed to say scale. Okay. You just need to try so many figures. Then I think finally at 100%. This takes time to get used to, but it's actually very simple. When you've done it once or twice, when you scale, once you've done it once or twice, you get used to it. You understand? So now let's go back to the logo. We need the logo to be big. So we'll add the animation. You'll be surprised to know that there's something called animation. So the animation is going to be the name of this keyframe that we added, this heartbeat. So we're going to say heartbeat. Oh no, heartbeat should beat every 3 seconds, is in, out, infinite. It should keep doing it. Keep doing. Remember, this is ours. Let's refresh and see. Something is missing. This is the one. So why is this one not jumping? Let's look at it again. Animation, heartbeat, 3, this, the. Um, mhm, mhm. Did I spell it properly? Oh, I didn't spell it. This is capital letter. No, this is it. This thing could mess you up. Now look at us. Remember, the original one is code vigilante, and this is code document. Now note something. There is this thing here, this E, but here is just E. That's something I had to check the internet to see how to do it, and I was able to get something to do it. So let me do it. You see it's in this E. I'm going to take this away. To add intonation, it's called tonation mark or accent mark. So let's just say and E, then acute, 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 and this. Now see magic. See, so what's going to happen? Now look at ours. You could come here and say, I know you say, oh, how did that happen? Now let me go. It has to be acute. Let me say A. If I say A there before the acute, now say it. You get it? So now let's make it back to E. You say we're done with it. We're done with this so quick. And if we shrink it to like a mobile size, is ugly. It's ugly. So what do we do? We'll add a media query. Let's just add one simple media query, a very simple one. Trust me, very simple media query. A very, 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 very simple one. This is it. So I'm going to come down, which is why I like doing it one by one. Add media screen, and max width 100 pixel. Let's do 600 pixel, and we'll do this. When you're doing your media query, I always advise people to copy what's necessary, like copy everything. Then you know how to adjust them. The animation, you don't need to just tamper with it because it's going to be the same all around. So just copy this into this, then come down here again, copy this and put them into this. So the hover is the same, everything is the same. We just need to work on the hero container, everything is fine. The logo is 20 rem, 20 rem, 20 rem. Logo image is the same. The H1, the H1 is big. It's big. We won't make it small. It's too big. It's not compatible. Look at this one. It's not broken. So we need to make it compatible with this size of screen. So the H1, let's do 3 rems. Let's do 3 rems, yes. And on the P tag, instead of 1.5, let's do 1. On the P tag, let's do 1. On the call to action, let's do, which is this, let's do 8 rem is fine. Over, I think that's that. We're good to go. Now, this, we need to add a width to it. Oh, okay, this is what's causing it. In this place also, we need to have this thing, because here it's going to assume that on all screen size is 15 rem. So we need to have our media queries there too also. So let's copy it add it here and do like so. Bring this, copy it, come into this place. Instead of 1, let's do 1% and see. Now voila, look at us and look at them. Look at us and look at them. I think the buttons are too big, but we're good, right? We're good. It's almost the same, so we're making progress. Look at us and look at them. Oh, this is actually dark. Let's do the RGB. Ours is not dark enough. Let's make it 9. Let's do 8. Let's do 8. Now this that means it's going to be 9. This is going to be, let's make it 9 and see. 9, and let's see the color, the same thing, the same. Now if you note something over here, you see the scroll bar here is green, and it's fine. It's fine. So I'd already pre-designed it. Just go back to the SCSS, copy the global style. It's going to be beautiful, but ours is not. Now we're going to the next section. We're going to the about. And so now we're going to be creating the about section, and let's just create the about style. I think we've gotten used to each other. Now I'm going to be quick, because what makes a tutorial boring is when it gets too long. And when it gets too long, trust me, you begin to start losing interest in it. So I'm going to do this and say about section. Although in programming, you don't have to rush things, because if you rush things, a simple question mark will make or curly brace will make your day terrible. So this and dot about container. All right. So what do we have to do in the about section? It's just simple. The original code is going to say about me and all that and all that. So we need to have this. We need to have this at the top, and we need to have this in and this in one div. You get? So now let's get to it real quick. So we could round this up. It's 4 a.m. over here, and why am I not sleeping? Probably because I'm used to not sleeping. And note something in this about. You see the project here has the about, the my projects, the contact me, they all have the same styling. So why not just go to the global CSS and just put one, create a class there. I know we're done with the hero. Let's go to global CSS. Outside the media query or before the media query, let's just do this and say dot section. Let's call it section title. Section title. Then I'll say text align center. Of course, the color is going to be VAR primary. Then font size is 2.5, 2.5 rem. Then margin bottom. Oh, thank you. It's going to be 1 rem. And do I need a text shadow? Doesn't really matter though. No, let's leave it like so. Now let's go to this place. So we're going to start with let's call it h3 dot section title. We're going to say about me. Then there is an image. We had this vendetta image. I love that movie so much. So that's one. Then we're going to give another sub-parent, the about. When we do that, we'll say there is one on the left. and there is another on the right. So let me just name this. All right. So on the left, what do we have? We have um, just an image, only an image that has a source from the asset. Of course, it's going to be asset about emg png. Then let me call it abt, just like that. So now let's go to the other one, and we're going to call this p dot description. Description class name. Let's give it, let's say lorem 200. Let's generate a test for it. Lorem 200 or lorem whatsoever. Lorem 200. Let's leave it like that. Then below this, we're going to have the text stack. When we have that, we're going to say h3. I'm going to say my text stack. That will come down here. P H HTML CSS duplicate JavaScript duplicate React duplicate, then Bootstrap. Bootstrap is actually old. It's not that old, but it's been there, is a legend. Bootstrap is a legend. So let's go back to our CSS and let's see our about. Not this. This is our own about. Now you see it's becoming much, and our scroll bar is showing. Oh, look at my man. My man is just there. Where are the distance? So we have distance. They're not showing properly. Now look at that section that we just did. It's here. So let's go back to the code and let's talk to our CSS. Let's talk to our CSS. So we have the about container. This is going to be going display. We're going to do flex direction. Flex direction is going to be column. We're going to align them. Align items. Center. Justify contents. We're going to do start. We want it to start from top. Start. We're going to do gap. Will be one rem. Width. Take the whole width. Will be 100%. And height. Let's do 100% of height. 100%. So after that, we have another one that we called dot the about. Now color is going to be white. Another display flex. Align items. Align items. Sorry, that was center. Justify content. Justify content center also. Gap goes to the one rem. Width going to be not that 100%. Now let's see so far what we're doing. Refresh. So we've gotten this. So now let's go to, wait, are we sure? Let me see if it's called the about. Let me see if it's working. Oh, we haven't connected our this because I was thinking why. Let's do this. Let's bring this. Also, not connected our CSS, our about CSS. So slash then about. Now let's look at what we have. Now look at what we have. Although it's not as cute as that one we had, the one that we created earlier. So let's go back and get it. So CSS will about the about. So we have the left and the right. So say the about container dot left. Thank you VS Code for suggesting. Background is going to be var primary width. Width is going to be 20%. Object, no. Then border radius. Border radius. 0.5 rem. 0.5 rem is equal to 8 pixels. I said that earlier. Then let's get the image dot about container dot left image. So let's see, width is going to be 100%, height is going to be 100%, object fit is going to be cover. Learn to use object fit in your images. Always put your images inside the div, because without that it's going to just be ugly. Oh, this is where we are, sorry. It's going to be ugly. So you see it's small because this one doesn't have a width just yet. So we're going to give it a width. It's misbehaving, it's bullying the image. So and we don't support bullying over here, right? So we're going to say dot about container dot right. We're going to do that, and we're going to say width going to be 75%. Voila. Let's go and see. Let's see. You see, it's behaving itself. So width 75%. Display flex direction, column, and let's do gap 1 rem. So we have that. So we also have the description dot about container dot right dot description. Right? So we have the description. We're going to do text align. Let's make it justify. Justify is not always justified though. What do we care? We're going to do it like that. So we're going to do same thing we did. Let's just copy it instead of stressing ourselves. Remember we had a class that's called text stack. Do let's see, display flex gap 1 rem. So the text stack dot p, we have the text stack, and we have, so let's take text stack p, right? Nope. Say border is equal to 0.2 rem solid var primary. Yep. Then the padding 0.2 rem up and down and 2 rem left and right. Then border radius. We don't want the edge to be sharp, so we're going to do 0.3 rem. You see what's going to be then the font size of the text stack. Font size 0.8 rem, which is 12 pixels. I said this earlier. Then display, we want it to be in the center. Now let's see how far we've gone and see. Just that if you notice there's so much space, we need to put everything in the center so it's going to align. Remember, this is the original project and the one that's called document is ours. So let me align it to the center. Align center and justify content center. Fine. Let's see our project. See, voila, we're done. But if we make it small, it's not fine. While this is making sense, ours doesn't make sense. So let's just, it's simple. You know, here we just need flex. We're going to do flex direction. It's going to be column. That's just all. It's simple. It's simple like that. So our media query at 600. Like I said, we'll copy everything that's at the top. We're not copying everything. We'll copy the needed things that are there. We'll copy, we'll paste, and we'll adjust. We'll adjust the about is going to be column, and we'll reduce the size and the text tag. We're going to make sure they're long, and let's see what it looks like now. So if we make it small, let's say it's a mobile. Now this is what it looks like. Bum 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 bum. Something is missing in the global CSS. This padding is about the CSS. Let's see. Something is missing. It's not supposed to be like this. Or did I add any padding here? The description. Say width equals to 100%. I think we didn't get this right. Let's copy again. Let's start from the about. We didn't get this right. And paste. Now we need instead of 75% the right, we're going to make it 100%. And instead of making this the regular flex, the about, we're going to do flex direction column. Flex direction column. And the text stack. Right, text stack. How was this like? Okay, the text stack. Display. So we're going to do right. Right is going to, where's the right? Image. Oh, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. This is theirs and this is ours. Yes, then there's this. Let me see let me inspect the element and see what's consuming. Nope, not you. The space here. Left, I'm not doing left. Going to be 100%. Oh, not 1,000. Left is going to be 100%. Oh, that's much. Then right. P. Wait. 100%. Oh no, I don't think this is a description. That should be 100%. So, and this is too big for 100%. This image, let's make it 70%. Ours is going, this one is going to be slightly bit different from the other ones. So let's see what's making this description right is going to give you this. Left image, that's right. I'm going to do something, display, no. Let me see if it vanishes. Doesn't vanish, so let's get it right again. Specificity matters a lot. But about container, alright, now it's working. Display flex. Now I'm going to say done about container. Let me do this. But about container. Now let's see. Okay, great. We're done with the about session, and the next session we're going to is the next session we're going to is quite simple. We've been there, we've done that. So you can see it's quite simple. Now it's this project. So we're going to continue from there. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to be working on this project section, but the thing is that we're just going to create few projects instead of all of this to take time. I'm just going to create probably three or four things, right? So we're going to do 3 projects. Let's just do 3 projects, 3 cards, because these are cards. Let's just do 3 cards. So we're going to do now let's get back to our code and open the HTML index.html that has everything. Let's fold this. Let's try. Let's fold them and let's come down here. Let me see. Instead of this, let me copy this and paste it here and call it project section. Then come here and say section dot project container, right? So in the project container, we're going to have a h3 dot section title, right? So we're going to call it my project. Correct, is there. So since we need so many cards, we're going to say dot cards is going to be their parent, and we're going to have 1 card. So in the card, let's break it down how the HTML is going to look like. Let's look at the project. You're going to have this top is going to be for the image, the title, a little description, the text tag, and the call to action, right? So let's do something. Since we're managing it, let's manage completely. Let's copy this so we could get the code, right? Let's get the HTML. So we're going to say dot card image for the div. We're going to have an image inside. Oh, slow down, boy. Image. Yes, so let's copy one asset dot, let's say the blog app, and call it blog image. If you write something like this, like a blog image, it's going to throw some type of error in the console and tell you, no, you shouldn't be spelling the image out like that. We already know that. We say, now let's see. And the console is telling you, no, not yet. I don't think it does that. So let's just do it. Let's concatenate it as we have been doing from the beginning. So we have the blog image, or see, is it's overlapping. Oh, this is not our project. Now we have the blog image. Then we're going to have the card title. Let's make it a big P tag. P dot card title. Now VS Code is clicking P dot card TLE. It's glitching. Now we're going to call this blog website. So we're going to call, let's go. We're going to say card description. Description. Let's use the lorem text. Lorem. How many words are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're going to say lorem 17. So we have that. Then we'll come here and we'll do a short this. I'll say dot card tech stack, right? Tech stack. VS Code, what's going on? So we're going to do P HTML CSS JavaScript. Yes, then we'll have a call to action. The call to action BTN. So let's do it like that. So we're going to have an A tag going to, let's just do this like so, and say GitHub, and another one saying live demo. Right. So this is this about this. So let's duplicate it. Should I duplicate? Let's duplicate it twice. You hold your shift and alternate, then you press your arrow down. 1, 2. Okay, so we have it. Now let's create our project.css. Project.css. And bring it into this place. You know, you could just have one CSS file for the whole thing. But imagine having so many. But imagine having a long website that you now compare this CSS, you put it with this, you put it with everything is in one file. You could do it, but I choose to do it like that so that it will be easy for the sake of simplicity and easy to and readability. So you could read your code and understand what you're doing instead of having so many jam-packed codes together. So let's go back to our page and we'll have this. See, our project's ugly. Our project is ugly. So we'll come to our code. Let's come to our code. Let me make it big. So on the project side, we have the project container. Let's say the project container. Let me close this so that we'll have a whole lot of room. We have the project container. We're going to say display flex direction, flex direction column, that, justify items, start this, that. Okay, good. So now we have the cards. Let's see the cards. The cards. We're going to say display flex. No, let's not do flex. Let's not do flex. Let's do flex. So it's nothing. This is suggesting this, and let's see what it's going to look like this. See, so it looks like this, and we don't want it to look. We still have to shape this. We understand. We still have to make this. It's too big, so we're gonna do. Oh, not this. It's too big. We're going back there. Inside the cards, we're gonna have the cards dot card. So one card now. We're gonna do width. Let's do the width. Let's make it 30%. Height. Let's say height 100%. Display is going to be flex direction. Direction is going to be column. I almost forgot to spell that. Then align items is going to be start, because we want all of them to start from the left. Then justify content, justify content. Let's see flex start. Right. Now let's see what it looks like now. It should be taking shape. Great. It's taking shape, but it's not all that. The images are too big. Let's just add a little overflow. Let's just do that. Not like it's important. Overflow hidden. Just so you see what's happening there. It's not that serious. Right? You see now, it's taking a better shape. So just let's do not centers, space between. So what's in there? The image dot cards dot cards dot card dot cards card dot card dot card image. So I'm gonna say height. It should take let's say 15 rem. Width 100% of the card. Overflow should be hidden. Overflow should be hidden. Of course, it will be hidden. Display flex and all that. Let me take this away because this is an overdo. So let me get this again and paste. Now I'm trying to get the image img, which is all of this is not relevant. So width is going to be 100%. Height is going to be 100%. Now let me go up. Object fit. Object fit is going to be cover. So it's going to take the whole thing. So let's see what it looks like now. See, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. So let's add the border, the green line that's over it. So it's going to be the card. So let me say border 0.2 rem solid var primary. Woo! Not 100%. 100. I think 100% is too much. Then how do you like me now? Now we can see the real height of everything. So let's take the height of the card and let's give it about let's say 40 VH. Let's say 40 VH, the 40 view height of the page. Might be too much though. Is it not? Is it too much? No, it's not. This I'm gonna make this with content because I don't want so many space between the project and why is it starting from below here? About another. Why is it starting from below? No, I'm gonna make it 100 VH. 100 VH. So it's going to be 100 VH, and this is going to be center. This is just 3 projects of what we're trying to show. Let's not overdo it like the original one. You could decide to do whatever you want to do, and there'll be no space between them. Let me go and take care of that. Flex, no space between. Let's do, no, not this. Let's do this first and let's see what this, let me see, 60. And so we have the card title, bring it down instead of card image, card title. Now I'm trying to be hasting things up so that we don't have a very long video and get bored while doing it. So I'm going to say 1.5 rem. Then color is going to be this, that. So let's see. I'm beginning to hate this. Let me do it again. Dot project container. I'm going to do padding top. That's it, 1 rem, up and down 0. The mean height is going to be 100 VH. That'll be the minimum height. So cards, right? Dot cards. Let me just do this and see. Cards, I'm going to do display. I'm going to call it grid. I'm going to use grid. Oh, thank you, grid is already. Now let's see. So it's better off. It's going to be better off. Who cares? Let me make this 350 pixel. 350 pixel. Let me do it. 350 pixel. Yes, let me do it like so. So then let me say, project container dot cards dot card. I'm gonna say background none. Border radius. Border radius is going to be 1 rem. Arrange this as 1 rem. Overflow will be hidden, right? Overflow will be hidden, and I'm going to do a transition just so when you hover, when you go above it, it's going to be da 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 da. Transform 0. Oh no, what am I doing? 0.2 seconds. No, let me make it 3. Make it 3. It's going to be quite slow, but it's going to be fun. Let me do box shadow and add a little box shadow to it. Let me add a little box shadow to it. Box shadow. Box shadow 0.3 S is out. So after that, and what next? Transition. Then I'll do a border. The border is going to be 0.2 rem solid var primary. Now let's see. Boss shadow, not shadow, shadow. Now it's coming along, right? It's coming along. So let me get back to it. And so let me do this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to bring it down. But this time it's going to be the hover. when you hover your mouse above it, it's going to give me, everything is going to stay the same, but this transition, transform, let me take this transform, let me leave the transition, let me just do the transform. Yeah, transform will give you to move up a little bit, translate x, that'll be minus 0.8, 0.8 rem. Let's do it like this. So I don't need this. What I need is a box shadow to make it stand out when it goes up. Box shadow, 0, 1.2 rem. This is 32 2 rem RGB here. Let's do it like so. Not, let's do 2.5 rem. RGB is going to be 6. So let me see what it is. Okay, you see, like so. Now let's go back to the code again. We're almost there. So let's get the image. Oh, great. It got it for us. So let's not do this yet, just yet. The image, let me do 15 rem. 15 rem and do cover. Then come down here and get the image. IMG. Nope. Let me get the image and make it 100%. There's no need for this. I don't think there's also a need for this. Yep. So I think 15 rem is too funny. Let me make it. No, I don't think it's too funny. Let me leave it at 15 and see, because I'm still going to do the description. So I'm going to do the card title. Oh, yeah, I just did that. So 0.4, 1.4 margin. This is why AI can give you what you want exactly, because it doesn't read mine. 0.2 rem. Let me take this out because I already selected bottom. Color is going to be, then the font width is going to be bold. Let me just write bold there. Voila. So let me do this. What did I call this? Card this description. So color is going to be VAR primary margin bottom going to be 1 rem. Line height. Let's do 1.6 line height. Line height is the space between two lines in a whole paragraph. So gap, do I need font size is going to be 0.8. Let me make font size, let me make it a little bit small. 0.8 rem. So now let's see how far we've gone. It's coming along. It's coming. We're going to be fine. We're going to get it right. So what next? We're doing the text stack. We're doing the text stack now. And card text stack. No, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. I don't need your help. Oh, but that's it though. flex margin bottom. If it gives a gap, let's say 1.5. But just so in case I'm flex wrap, this is going to be wrap. Now let's see. Okay. The text stack. I think something is missing. The card text stack. Okay, I'm going to get it now. So let me get this and get the P tag themselves. That text dot P. Hold on, sorry please. My ear is itching. So background is going to be our primary. Color is going to be black. Color is going to be black. Padding, let's say 0.8 rem. 8 rem, so let's do 3 rem here. Top and bottom. Border radius. Let's do 1.4 rem, which will be like, let's say 20 pixels. Let's do font size. Let's do 0.8 rem. 0.8 rem. And let's do the weight. Font weight. Let's say 500. 500 won't be that bad. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's supposed to be like a space between all of them. I made mistake with the HTML. So I'm going to call this the call to action buttons. Let me not stretch it. Dot project container dot call to action button. Why is it stressing me? It's filling it up for me. Let me see if it does a good job. Nope. There's no way in hell it does a good job. Okay. Let me just leave it like so. And now let me get the E tag. Since, let's say flex one, text align center, text align center, padding also 0.7 rem, 1 rem, border radius going to be 0.5 rem. Text decoration, because it's an E tag, we need to remove that, the line under it. Font weight, we need font weight. Let's see 600. Let's see what 600 is going to give us. Then transition 400 millisecond all ease. So if you have any question about what we've done and how we've gone so far, just feel free to ask me now. This is it. So now I need to just get a background and all that. Okay, so I just need a background. So I'm going to say E. Did I say E? So background is going to be our primary. Let's see. Okay, now we need to have padding in here. I think I didn't get this tag very well. This card and all this blog website are supposed to be inside. Now we're going to do something, fix this. I get this. Let me delete this. Let me just delete that and just have only one card. One card. And inside the card, this should be, let me call this dot card content. You get, so we're going to put all of this there. So I'm going to come here and say something like where there is card, where the card ends. So I'm going to dot cards dot card dot card content. I'm going to say padding one rem. Now let's see. Since I've deleted those ones, so let me see what's going to look like. Oh wow. Apparently. Oh yeah, I know why it's like this, because it's taking the whole space since I'm using grid. So it's looking for colleagues, like, oh, I don't have colleagues, it's just me. So let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now a 6. Now you see we've made progress. So what we're going to do is for you to just go and change the images. You will change the images yourself and change the titles yourself, because I already have the images there for you in the asset folder, right? So it's already there in the asset folder. You will go there. That's your assignment. You will go there and you will fix it. Change the images to make it look sweet. Then I would make it responsive now. We'll make it responsive now, and that will be all about that. And you see, we're almost done. Yeah, something just came to mind. We missed something. You see, when we click on this download CV, like download CV, you see it downloads the PDF file that we've attached. Of course, when you have a CV, it's going to be in PDF format, right? So you attach it to this button. So when you click it, it's going to download it. Whoever is accessing your website, your portfolio website, is going to be able to just go through this, right? So now this is what we're going to do. And when you look at our own, when you click the download button, nothing happens. Nothing happens. So let's go to the code. The code now. This is the code. You come to this place and you attach the CV you want to. That's assets, the slash. You see the 8 project ideas. I just left it there just in case. Then you go further, space, and you add the download attribute. Download. So now it's downloadable, right? So let's go back to our own website, which is our tutorial website here. And if you click on the download button now, voila, it downloads, right? It works now. But one more thing, when we click on the contact me, nothing happens. So we're going to come down, go back to our code, go down to the contact section. This is, I like when I'm done with some. This is the contact section, and we're going to give it an ID of contact, right? Let's just call it contact. So we'll go to the button again, which is here, contact, and we'll come here and we'll say hash contact, right? So let's go back to our own website now. Hit a refresh sake. And when you click on contact, it takes you to where contact is, right? You see, just easy as that. So should you build a website that has home, about on the nav bar, and everything is just on a single page like this, you could just click on home. It goes there. You attach the ID to it. Now we're about to make it responsive. You know, there was I gave you guys some assignment, like just try it out. Just try it out. It won't kill you. Like the images here, just try different images from the asset folders. From the asset folder, although I'm going to drop the full code, the complete version of it, so you could look at it and follow through. So when you shrink it like this, thankfully, grid makes it's going to be fine. Grid makes it very good and easily responsive. But you could try other means and make it responsive. You understand? Try to make it. This is what the original code looks like. Actually, we had different folders there. You could say the spacing between them is a little bit different. Before I put you're going to get a complete version of the code. And actually, this type of code, I had two types. I have two types of this code. There is the one I built like this one, this one we're working on now, I built it completely with building this one individually. And while this one, the finished one, I displayed everything. I had a JSON folder and I displayed everything using JavaScript. But I already promised that we're not using JavaScript. Maybe in other lectures, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to make videos on how to use JavaScript to display cards like this. Because when you have e-commerce system, like you have an e-commerce, you see cards like this. And when and you fetch it from an API, you don't code them one after the other. So when you fetch with an API, you display them here using the JavaScript. But this tutorial we're doing now is for it's just HTML, CSS, just basic things, just basic something. So this is why you have something like this. And let's go back to the code and see the grid um project. We say display grid, and let's give it gap of 2 rems and see what it looks like now. Okay, now it has it has space. So the last part of it is just going to be the contact and the footer. Actually very easy. Say easy. Say easy. It's actually very simple. So what we do, we'll go back to the index.html again. We'll create a new section and we'll call this no, not the footer section, contact section. I'm going to zoom it in. Seems like this is a bit far, and I'll close. Let me close this so you can see the HTML and the CSS together. So contact section and all that. So and we'll call it a section dot contact container. We always give it a container in there. So in the contact we just have five of this. Originally we have 5 of this. The inbox, the this. So what we're looking at: message, WhatsApp, phone, and GitHub. Before we forget, message. Let's see if we corrected. Okay, we have icons here, so we need to display message, contact. So what we're going to do, we're going to break it down. This is going to be a div that will have this first and have a div that will contain all of this. Now let me show you. So now we're going to do in the code, let's go back to the code. We'll have something called section title at the global scale. This is a section title, so we don't need to style it again. So we're going to say H3 because we'll be using H3 as the for all the subheadings, all the headings. Dot section title, and it's going to be contact me, right? So you press your end, come down, then you create the dot contact. Let's call it contact content, right? So we're going to have one for the email. We're going to say, let's not do it like that. Let's call it cards, contact card dot contact card, right? Because it's like a card. So the first one is a phone. Remember, we have to go. Let's go. Sorry, I closed the bootstrap icon. Bootstrap icon. This is where you are. So we're going to get a message. Let's get message. We have message. We already used message before. So let's say envelope field. Let's copy it and say, since it's always one up, one down, it's going to be 2 tags. We're going to have 2 tags. So let's see. The first one is going to be, let's just paste it in there and we'll put a p tag and give it tutorial maxed dev at maxed.com. This is one of it. This is one card. We'll shift alternate down to clone it. We know the next one we're going to be doing is WhatsApp. So let's look for WhatsApp. Go back to the top. Let's see WhatsApp. Oh, now so we have WhatsApp, and we're going to copy this for WhatsApp and come over to the code again. And this is for WhatsApp. We'll paste it here. Oh, sorry, I messed up. edit. I mean, let me bring it back. Sorry. Bring it back and paste WhatsApp, and we'll just give it a phone number. Since I'm Nigerian, I'm going to say 234, then just make something up and just leave it like so. The next one we're doing after the WhatsApp, phone and GitHub. So let's go and get phone. Let's go and get phone. Phone. This is a telephone field. Copy. Go back to the code. We don't need to do, since it's the same thing, shift alternate down. Just do it since it's the same number, phone number and WhatsApp, then we'll just do paste telephone field. And the next one is going to be GitHub. We'll go back here and we get GitHub, and this, and copy this. Perfect. Now, some developers are actually very kind. They go and they make these things for us, and I feel it's a nice gesture for them to do that. So I'm gonna write my own GitHub since you right. So we have the four of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. So we're going to create our index.css, contact.css. Inside the CSS, we're going to do contact.css. Then we'll bring it in here. Let's keep it here so that we could see what we're doing at the same time. We could see both things sideways. But remember, we have to bring in the contact.css here for it to work. So I'm going to hold this shift down, take this away, / contact.css. So we know it's for the contact. Although, like I said earlier, it's not necessary for you to have all of this, but it's going to be nice. Imagine me having the whole CSS for the whole project inside one file. It's going to be so much. And when you try working on the responsiveness, the media query, it's going to be a hell of a work, a whole big job for you. And you might get frustrated and just leave the project and all that. So you try as much as possible to make sure that the code you're writing is clean and readable, so anybody and everybody at any point in time can read your code. So we're going to say dot contact container. As usual, we're going to say display flex. Oh no, display flex. What's wrong with me? Display. Someone spell flex for me. Flex. Align items center. Justify content center. So we're going to do the width. We're going to make the width. Let's make it 100%, right? And we'll make the height. Let's make it fit content. So it won't just have so much space. It will not just take a full width of the whole screen, right? So we're going to give it a gap of, let's give it a gap of, let's just say 2 rem. Now let's see what it looks like. Let's open our browser and see what our code looks like now. Contact me. Oh, everything is on the side, which means we are supposed to make this contact, everything be under. So we're going to go back and we'll say flex direction. Flex direction is going to be column, right? So it's column. Let me organize this. So we're going to get the contact content dot contact container dot contact content, right? So we're going to say display flex, align items center, width 100%, and justify content is going to be space between. So let's just do something random so we could see what we're doing. Color, let's say color is going to be white, just for us to see what we're doing and what they look like. So let's go back to the browser and see. Now you see what they look like. So let's give it a padding. Let's give the whole container a padding so that it's going to have space. Remember, we don't have to give it padding on the side, just at the top and bottom. So we're going to say padding. Let's give it 3 rem, top and bottom, and 0 left and right. So let's go back and see. Now you see there's now space between this place and this space. So now we're going to get this. We want to get the cards. So what name tag did we call it? We called it contact card. So then we're going to say dot contact container space dot contact content. I like to be real specific with what I'm doing. Like, it will not hurt you because specificity matters a lot. You have to specify what you're doing. So display flex. Now let's see what flex is going to do. It's going to put them side by side, which we don't want. We're going to make it flex direction, column, align items. If we don't align it, this is what's going to look like. Let me comment this out. It's just going to be at the beginning and all that. Oh, this. See? But when we align it center, we align items center. Now note something. That's something, the beauty of flex. Whoever came up with the idea, the person flex to flex his muscle. You see, everything is here now. This is what we're going to do. And we're going to it's not justifying it. Let's just give it a gap of 1 rem. Give it a background of VAR, if you remember, primary, right? So when you give it VAR primary, see what it looks like. Now let me take this color away because we really do not need it. Then we're going to make color here. Oh, color, someone spell color. Let's make it black, the usual black that it used to be. Then we'll give it a gap. We're giving it a gap already. What else? Border radius. Border radius is going to be, let's give it 0.5 rem. 0.5 rem is equals to 8 pixels. Let me demonstrate that so you see. So you see 0.5 rem is like this. When I say, let me show you 8 pixels, what 8 pixels look like. You see, still the same thing. So we need to give it padding so that there will be space between the wall and the right up. So let's give it padding up and down. Let's give it 1 rem. Then left and right, let's give it 2 rem. Right? So, right, see. So we need to make the icons big. You see, this is an I tag and this is a P tag, an icon tag. So let's get this. Now from the original project, let's look at it again. Okay, this is bigger than this, so this could be 8 rem, 0.8 rem, and this will be right. So let's go and make this like so. Sorry, let's do this and say I, and we'll say font size is going to be 1.5. Now let's take this away. This is not. Now let's look at the project again. It's coming along, right? So let's make it 2, and the gap 2 rem, right? So let's give the padding. Or instead of giving it padding like so, let's just say width. Let's give it a width of 25%. 25%. You see, if it's 25%, you see the parent container is 100, and 25% is, since there are just 4 items, 25% is just going to split it evenly in 4s. Or see, now it's not giving us this because there's no space between. And now this gap is not doing anything. So let's just try something like 23%. Let's do 23% and see. Right, you see, I just did this, although I didn't do it like that in the original project. But as you're building, you come up with new things and you fix it. So let's make it, it's too big, the height is too much, which means the padding is also too much. Let's make the padding up and down. Let's make it point 8 rem. Let's maybe 0.8 rem and see what it looks like. Right, so we're done with this. So what next? The next thing to do is to make it responsive. If you look at it now, you see how jam-packed it is. And when you go to this and you see how it is here, right? So we'll go back. So this time we're going to we could do something. We could just do something here and say, no, it's not going to work. So let's go to the, make it responsive. Responsive. Man, my brain is too weak to just think. So I'm just going to copy the code right now. Every programmer copies. Even the people you think they've been coding for 300 years, they still copy their own code. So what do we need to reduce? We only need to reduce just this, the card size and the font size of the items. So let's go and reduce. Let's shrink it and see what we're going to do. Oh, sorry. Let's shrink it and see what we're doing. Contact me. So we're going to make this. Oh no, we need this too. We need this where it says 100%. We need it also. So let's see if I say flex wrap, and I say wrap, and then I increase this. Instead of this, I'll make it 48%, 48%, and let's see what happens now. Oh, it's giving us two, but the thing is it's not going to give us the appropriate size. It's not giving the space below and all that. So um I just imagine button. If we say 1 rem, since it's 1 rem, let's make it 1 rem. It's gonna work real good. It's gonna work. It's gonna be sensible. Now you see the fonts are not making sense. They are too big for it. So we're gonna have to reduce this padding to padding top and bottom. We're gonna make it let's say 0.5 rem, 0.5 rem, rem space. Oh, what's going on? Why is it doing that? 0.5 and 1 rem. Right. So I'll put this here. So let's see. Now let's make the space. I think the gap is too much. Let's say 0.5 rem, and the font size, make it 1 rem. Yes, we also have to reduce the size of the fonts also. So instead of this, we're doing P. So say font size should be 0.8. 0.8 seems to be too big. You see now it's making sense. It's like so. Let me increase the width of let me increase it to like, let's say 49%. Right. And make this 6 rem, 6 rem, right? And let's go. Oh, it's too small. 6 rem is too small. That's 7 rem. Nope, still too small. 8 rem. Let's do it like so. And good. That's all. That's all. Now see the about me and the project they're clashing. So let's go back to the project CSS and see what happens. Let's give the padding top and bottom. Let's increase the this to, should we say 3 rem up and down and 0, and let's look it like, let's do it like so. You see there's the whole, there's space in it now. So this is what we're doing. And what's remaining? The only thing remaining is this designed with love Mac developer. Well, I'm going to leave you to figure that out, which is actually very simple. So I'm going to be posting two versions of this code. I'm going to be posting this one, the original one, which is the one I'm going to be posting the link to the code. This one with JavaScript. You know, I displayed this. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me see the code. Yes. So let me show you what the code base look when it comes to displaying that. Sorry, this is the code base, the original code base. Let me clear it all. And I actually created a JSON file for the project. So you see all the name, the description, and all that. This. Then I brought it in. I wrote a function to display the whole image. I mapped through it using array methods. I mapped through it, and if you come into this place, into the index.html, and you see the project file, when you see the project file, it's just the section is just this, because I already have the grid ID that I implemented in the project data. Look at project grid, and you see it here, project grid. So I'm going to post this code base one, and I'm going to post this one, that the one we just did, which is simple. Now this place is showing document. Let me show you where you could go and change the name, not this. So you go to your header where it says document. Let me take this away. Take this away and just leave. Get to the header where it says document. I'm going to call it uh tutorial website. Our tutorial website. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, something is missing. I actually missed. Oh, this is it. Our tutorial website. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? So you're gonna have two code bases of it. If you have any question, write your question in the comment down below, and remember to share and like this page. Right. Subscribe. Subscribe. And if you have question, drop it. I'll see you some other time, and I'll be bringing more beginner friendly projects to you. I'm the Max developer. Bye.